The Umbrella Academy made a phone plan. Number 5 could roam for no extra charge here. And here. And, ooh, even here. Roam for the same price as home with Google Fi, a phone plan by Google.
Does your battery deliver extra life or extra power?
Extra life.
Extra power.
Extra life.
Extra power.
Extra life.
Power.
Life.
Power.
Extra life.
No need to argue. Versus Copper Top, new Duracell Optimum delivers extra life in some devices or extra power in others.
5 Hour Energy wants to send you to Nashville. Go backstage at the Opry. You see the Country Music Hall of Fame and Museum and meet Dierks Bentley. Just buy any 5 Hour Energy product, snap a picture of your receipt, and send it in. You could be just a 5 Hour Energy away from Music City.
deep a breath and give it time. You can walk the path among the lines, but always know that you'll be safe. I'll be here throughout your days. Come find me and we will play.
begins to fade now, and I feel like I'm losing time, but I don't know how I'm here. The sunlight has turned to gray, and I feel like I'm losing love again. I don't know how I'm here. I could feel your heartbeat. I could feel somewhere you're looking down. I could feel your heartbeat. I could feel somewhere you're looking down. 'Cause it's you I'm loving.
empty space, empty space. Even when the music is loud, I'd rather be no other place than here with you now, here with you now.
Carmen gets in the last line of defense for Krispy Kremer.
Oh, Carmen gets him, destroyed Krispy Kremer, and Kremer's head
bounces.
bounced off the track.
The back of her head, to be quite specific. Knocked her back to the double.
Oh my God! That was
Giles really bounced the head on that.
Okay. A little bit of a bounce. Fortunately, I think most of her body had hit the floor before her head hit the floor.
To the Junior Roller Derby Association Championships. This is day 2, game number 16 coming up. I'm Bobby Narco. I'm joined by Scott Chicken.
Hey, Bobby. Welcome to town.
Yeah, great to be here.
It's a long trip for
just flew in 3 o'clock this morning and ready to do some roller derby action for you guys. We have coming up the Tampa Bay Junior Roller Derby. They are ranked number 3, and they are the number 3 seed going up against Raleigh Junior Rollers. They are ranked number 14, and they are the 8th seed. Scott, you want to take us through the roster for Raleigh?
I would love to. Let me steal it from you. For the Raleigh Junior Rollers, we got number 05, Shortcut. 112 is Yeti. Number 138, Hankenweenie. 145, Sir Walter Rowley. 151 is Fina Colada. Number 222, Assassinate Her. That's your captain, by the way. Number 29, Els Bells. 3 is Animaniac. Number 30, Blockhead. 676, Squishy. Number 72, Kill Her Bee. Number 777, Lightning Lauren. 8008 is Ruby Katubi, and 934 Throat Punch Thursday.
Coaches for Raleigh are going to be Daisy Rage wearing the A and Walter Cation. And Tampa is going to be skating in black with pink accents. The Tampa Bay Junior Roller Derby number 10 is Rain to Pain. Number 1217 Frico Suave. Number 1676 Lemonade. Number 22 Princess Leia. Number 23 is Complicated. 3 Abby Normal. 4 Anya Last Nerve. Number 41 Sonic Boom. Number 42 Alligator. Number 666 Mean Bean. Number 789 Shark Bites. Number 88 Nightmare. Number 888 Peaches and Screams. Number 9 Hot Wheels. And the captain, number 999 Honey Badger. Coaches for Tampa are Rojo Grande wearing the A, joined by Parker Punch, Just in Time, and Tootsie Pop.
So yesterday, Tampa upset in the game against Mob City. Mob City coming in the number 6 seed and beat Tampa, what was it, 156 to 108, something like that?
Yes, exactly, 156 to 108.
I was on that game. It was fun to watch and very interesting. I'll be interested to see how Tampa snaps back here in the game against Raleigh.
Yeah, Raleigh also had a loss yesterday, so they're now 6-6 for the 2019 competitive season. They had a thrilling 1-point loss to Cherry Bomb yesterday.
I heard that.
145 to 144, a dozen and a dozen plus one.
Cherry Bomb getting the honor then of getting to play Diamond City, who they're a machine.
Well, yes, they're a diamond mill.
Yes.
Got to be grinding out out there.
Grinding going on in that game.
Gear checks are going on right now. That'll give us a chance to take us through our officials. We have TBD, Darth Bling, Bobtimus Prime, Mellow Trauma, Saren Gasp, Honey Badger, I Holy Guacahole. Did I get that right? I Holy Guacahole?
Yes.
Is it Guacajoli?
One of those.
One of those. And Boo Hag. And then over here on skates, who do we have, Scott?
We've got Admiral Mayhem, Ref in Peace, Carmen Dragon, Zero, Chefery, Tim the Ref, Synapsing, and Black Belt Barbie.
All right.
The refs have been doing a great job all weekend and only been taken out once or twice, including yesterday by a table.
Yeah, Ref in Peace was like, do you guys have footage of my takeout? Yes.
Yes, it was quality. We are on the WFTDA Twitch stream because otherwise you wouldn't be hearing us, and feel free to comment. We've got that up and perhaps might answer if you have any comments or questions about Tampa or Raleigh or things to offer, shout-outs you want to give, any and all of that.
Speaking of shout-outs, while we have some time not yet underway, Tampa wanted to give shout-outs to Tiny and Hammer Time, who are going to be watching from home. And Raleigh also wanted to give some shout-outs to Adrenaline Junkie, Thrilla Camilla, Mad as Sin, and Prim Reaper, who are going to be watching from home. So teams sending love to their teammates who couldn't make the trip.
And Dreadhawk54 wants us all to have a great weekend. I'm having a great weekend, and I'm going to enjoy some derby, but I don't know that I'll be able to chill.
Dreadhawk, we want you to have a good weekend, too.
That's right.
These two teams appear to have met once previously back on October 13th when when Tampa Bay beat Raleigh, a score of 536 to 48. But that was almost 7 or 8 months ago, and we're underway. Scott.
Hey, look, we are.
Who's the jammers?
That's an excellent question, and where we're seated, we can't see them until they come around the corner all the time, so we'll catch those numbers as they go by. I'm seeing a 12-17 Frico Suave, however, jamming for Tampa. As Frico gets closer.
First penalty of the game, going to be a multiplayer. And Frico Suave picks up lead for Tampa. And that's 8-0-8 for Raleigh.
That is Ruby Katubi jamming for Raleigh and held up at the back. Ooh, Rico Suave with the impact of the back of their own teammate, so that's totally legal. So no penalty called there. Rico now pushing towards the front. Stumbling, rumbling, bumbling through the pack for 4. Ruby Katubi.
Kind of trapped back there, cover off now, heading into turn number 3.
And
direction of play penalty, going to loosen up that pack a little bit.
Just a touch, although it was a Raleigh skater picking up the penalty, and Ruby Katubi was looking for the pivot, but the pivot well to the front, playing that last line of defense and just attempting to, and I think making a little impact on Frico Suave at that last moment.
2 scoring passes now for Tampa, and working on a third. That's 3, another penalty coming in. It's a forearm. Who's leaving on the forearm? That is the Tampa pivot. 1676.
That is Lemonade. So we've got now 2 blockers on the track for Tampa. And the star pass has been completed for Raleigh, rather.
I didn't catch the pivot's number.
Did not either, but pivot is working towards the front. Still working on the initial pass as Frico Suave sliding through for a 5th 4-point run.
Holy cow.
Total.
Way to start the game.
Yeah.
20 unanswered points. Let's get that pivot's number before they sit down.
Yeah, that is number
934.
Throat Punch Thursday. That's my least favorite Thursday. Days of the week, like Taco Tuesday I'm good with, but Throat Punch Thursday, I try to stay home and Avoid people.
Well played, Scott. Well played. So, first stoppage of play occurring after jam number 1. 27 minutes and 46 seconds showing on the clock. So that first jam went to full 2. I don't know if it was called off after 2 or right at 2.
Frico just chose to let it run out. You know, you got lead.
Sure, the other jammer hadn't got out of the pack yet, so might as well keep rolling.
All right, looks like Fina Colada is heading over to the medic tent. Might have gotten some contact to the head, looks like.
He's one of the skaters on Raleigh that is aging out skaters. Skaters. He's not one of the skaters on Raleigh that's aging out. Raleigh aging out skaters. We got Shortcut, Assassinator, and Squishy. And over on Tampa Bay?
Tampa Bay or
nobody. Nobody aging out. That augurs really well for that Tampa Junior franchise.
Indeed. They're all under 18, so all allowed to play again next season. All right, there's our swoopy whistle. We will get back to play. Let's see if I can catch. Looks like 789 Shark Bites set to jam for Tampa. And I haven't seen any. Shark Bites quickly up the outside. For
2 leads in a row now for Tampa. 0-5 for Raleigh. That is Shortcut.
Yes. Shortcut also clear, so Raleigh potential for points if Sharkbite lets the jam run, but Sharkbite says no. We will not let that jam run.
No points for you.
No. Calls off the jam 24-0. He's the total 4-0 in the jam, just in case you thought somehow.
Yeah, back-to-back 20 followed by a 24. That would be not unheard of, but certainly a place you'd have to dig out from.
Yes.
Penalty box looks like there is one skater from Raleigh there. Tampa's going to be at full strength. And here we go. Jam number 3 is underway.
Raleigh skater standing in the penalty box, so will be released shortly. As our jammer's working around.
9-3-4.
Throat punch Thursday. And picking up the forearm penalty. So off to the penalty box. Power jam and lead jam for Tampa.
And that's on your last nerve if the graphic can be trusted. And it can.
On your last nerve applauding on the way through the pack. I think that was the hey, get people out of my way.
Oh, there you go.
Very well.
It was more of an attention clap than than applause.
Self-congratulatory applause.
Penalty coming in. Who's leaving?
On your last nerve. Almost through, but not quite. Forced out.
Raleigh losing their pivot on a track cut. That is number 72, Killer B.
4 points up again for Anya Last Nerve. 8 total on the jam, taking Tampa to 32. As Throat Punch Thursday back out of the penalty box and taking some shoulders on the way through the pack. Grabs a shirt of a teammate and does finally clear.
Tampa loses their pivot on a forearm. Penalty coming in at the very end. A multiplayer on number 112 for Raleigh. So
Yeti heading to the box for that then.
So a little abbreviated pack to start the next set of whistles. 11 points on the board for Tampa makes the score 35-0. Good news is both teams will have a jammer on the track for the next set of whistles.
All right, Best Lobes is asking where Saren Gasp is. And I'm not 100% certain, but if we figure it out, we'll let you know. Or if someone else figures it out, they can put it in the chat.
Tampa picks up lead. That's number 22, Princess Leia. Tampa has yet to repeat a jammer. Tampa loses number 9 to the penalty box. Didn't see the call, and that's 8-0-8. So first repeat jam. Well, actually, number 934 has had 2 jams after the star pass, but second time a jammer has started. First time a jammer's started 2 jams. That's what I'm trying to say.
Ruby Katubi jamming for Raleigh is out and approaching the pack. But again, Princess Leia, Tampa continuing that. We'll get some points, but we won't let you have any.
I don't know. That's oh, no, there were 4. There's no points on the second pass, but 39-0. Heading into jam number 5. Lot of pink and black in that penalty box.
Yes, indeed. 2 blockers on the track for Tampa. Let's make that 1.
1 blocker and
the pain.
Oh no,
I can't be on.
There we go. Got sprung out. So yeah, 2 blockers back out on the track, And Raleigh not at full strength either.
Looks like, yes, Raleigh missing one, and 9:34 throat punch Thursday through. First lead jammer of the game for Raleigh.
And an illegal position on the Tampa jammer, so this is going to be a power jam for Raleigh.
All right, that's Frico Suave jamming for Tampa. So points are coming up on the board as soon as Throat Punch Thursday exits the pack. If you're new to roller derby, the jammers with the stars on their helmets get points for every skater they pass after their initial time through the pack. With the exception of the jammer, you only get points for blockers. And there is 4 getting Raleigh on the board. Frico Suave freed from the penalty box just before the end of that jam. And we sit 39-4.
Roughly a 10-to-1 ratio.
Roughly. I'd like you to work that out to 3 decimal places.
And mail that in on the Twitch chat.
That's right.
All right, heading into jam number 6. Penalty box now filters out. Both teams back at full strength.
And is that? Yes, it is. Shark Bites jamming. And a lead jammer again for Tampa Bay.
Yeah, Shark Bites 2 for 2.
Shark Bites had a solid game yesterday against Mob.
Initial pass completed by 29, Els Bells.
And Shark Bite slides in safe, calls off the jam. Oh, and a low block called right at the end.
Looking for the points 3. That is 3 points on the board for Tampa.
So thank you very much for joining us live on Twitch. If you're curious about what makes a back block or a track cut and all of the other penalties and rules that are going on in roller derby, visit WFTDA.com/new. You can get the downloadable roller derby cheat sheet and learn how to cheat at roller derby.
No. Learn the rules of roller derby.
That was what it was for.
4-arm penalty coming in.
The rules.
Tampa losing a blocker. That is number 3, Abby Normal on the forearm.
And Anya Lassner jamming for Tampa. As we've got 8008 Ruby Katubi with the star for Raleigh.
Third appearance on the jammer line for Ruby Katubi, and Anya Lassner is 2 for 2 in terms of lead jams.
Anya approaching the pack. Bumped out, but no run back. Calls off the jam. Keeping Raleigh scoreless. And a second straight 3-point jam for Tampa.
We'd like to thank you for joining us here live on Twitch. Curious about what makes a back block? Yeah.
I just read that.
Yeah, you did.
Keep up, man.
Bobby, get your act together, Bobby. I'm trying to do the things.
Like 8 time zones away from here in your brain, right? All right, next up, and rapidly approaching the front of the pack is number 22 for Tampa. That'd be Princess Leia.
Princess Leia, 22, is 2 for 2 in terms of lead jams. And that's Throat Punch Thursday on the line. Number 934 for Raleigh.
Also clear is Raleigh doing a decent job of getting out, but with Tampa getting lead all these many times.
Yeah, those first 2 jams, they got themselves into a hole, not getting their jammer out of the pack, but they've been doing a much better job since then.
And also good in the last 3 jams of keeping one skater ahead of the jammer and then forcing that call up.
Yeah, and there have been 3-point passes the last 3 jams. Tampa's only got 3, although there are 3 unanswered passes, so you do that 3 times in a row, that's 9.
It is, but it's not 12.
True enough.
Math is fun on a Saturday morning. All
Scott,
right.
Here we go. We got another lead jam. Who is that?
That is number 1217, Frico Suave, lead jammer for Tampa Bay.
Frico Suave, the only Tampa jammer not perfect from the jammer line. He's 2 for 3.
You got number 29, Els Bells, jamming for Raleigh. Frico Suave through for 4.
Illegal position coming in. Let's see who's leaving. And a back block. The illegal position is number 9 on the black team Hot Wheels, and the back block is number 23. It's not a 23. Something that looks like a 23 for Raleigh. 29 maybe?
I believe that was 29 Els Bells.
Oh, so that's
And,
the
the
jammer
is in the box.
on a back block.
I believe that was the back block. And also, I think I saw 72 Killer B heading to the box. Meanwhile, Frico Suave on the third scoring pass. 12 total on the jam. Ducks in, comes straight into the front of the pack. And called for the back block penalty.
So first,
second jammer penalty for Tampa and second jammer penalty for Frico Suave.
And the first time lead was lost. I think that first jam went 2 minutes, so I'm going to call this our second 2-minute jam. But it's the first time that it's going to be a 2-minute jam because lead was lost.
Els Bells released from the box and now heading right back for a cut track. This came in, bumped out, and missed the run back. So that will free Frico Suave with 26 more seconds of jam time. And can't see them on screen, but the Tampa Bay Flamingos running up in front of the crowd.
Always good to see the Tampa Bay Flamingos here.
Yes. Tampa Bay bringing the costume game today. A no pass, no penalty, 3 points on that pass for Frico Suave. And jam comes to a close.
Any more? No, total of 15. Second highest jam of the game. Brings Tampa, and represents almost a fourth of Tampa's score, brings them up to 63.
Imaginary Unicorns appreciating the jumping abilities of our jam ref, who is now, I think, jumped out of bad situations at least twice in this game, and I've seen it several times in the previous game. Hey, if you're enjoying watching this on Twitch, you know that you can watch games of the International WFTDA Championships for free on Twitch as well. But you can also get a great deal on the Watch Pass. If you go to WFTDA.tv, click on the Watch Passes link, and enter the code WFTDA Roby-Doby. That's Roby-Doby Bees. You get to save 20% on the season combo pass. Takes it down from $90 to $72, which is a bargain because you're getting 6 tournaments for that.
Holy cow.
Yes. You get to watch the North American Cups East and West coming August 9th through 11th and August 23rd through 25th. You'll get to listen to Bobby Narco.
Yeah, I'll be in Orem, Utah for the WFTDA Continental Cup North America West.
You'll also get the international playoffs in Winston-Salem, September 6th through 8th, and Seattle, Washington, 13th through 15th. I'll be in Seattle. And then you get the Continental Cup Europe out of Helsinki, Finland in October, and International Championships out of Quebec, Canada, Montreal, November 15th through 17th. All $72.
Get your tickets now for Montreal, because they only have 3,000 seats in that venue.
They are going to go quick.
All right, we're back in play. There was a team timeout by Raleigh, but we're on the track again. Number 789 is Shark Bites for Tampa, and number 29.
Yep, 29 Els Bells back out. Jammed in the last jam. Jamming in this one as well. No lead jammer yet in this full 20 seconds into the jam before Shark Bites grabs lead. Haven't been timing, but that feels like that was the longest wait for a lead in this game. We've had
it may well have been. Leads have been usually happening much more
rapidly.
quickly. Yeah.
4 points up for Shark Bite as Els Bells now bumps to the
wow.
outside. Just caught. Beautiful capture by Rain DePayne.
Great job matriculating through that pack, just finding the gaps like a shark through a school of fishes.
Yes.
Fishes? Fish?
Sure. Either of those. I think it's grammatically correct, perhaps. Ellis rolled back to the back of the pack and held. Again, Rain DePayne.
Stars off. Star's been passed. New jammer for Raleigh is whoever their pivot is. Direction of play penalty coming in.
Rolled out, and a nice open job opening the door there, freeing Raleigh's number 112, Yeti.
Yeti got the star. Did Els start from the penalty box? Was this a power start?
It may have been a power start.
I'm going to mark it on my score sheet as if it were.
There we go. If you're scoring at home, please feel free to correct us.
So let's take a look at that penalty box. I see one Tampa blocker in there. I don't see any other jerseys, but I am kind of screened from it.
Yes, the sitting As I mentioned yesterday, you weren't here, Bobby, but the coaches for the in this case Raleigh, the team that's on the bench that's on the right, if you're facing the track, are right in between us and the penalty box. It's very difficult to quite catch who's where.
Another lead for Tampa. That is number 23.
Jamming for the first time. Complicated.
And he is perfect on the jammer line. Ooh. Blue jammer is
complicated, heading to the box for the illegal contact penalty.
Oh, so another lead lost.
Yes.
And a third 2-minute jam of the game.
And Ruby Katsubi catches a hip check from Honey Badger. Honey Badger don't give a crap. Just going to knock you out of bounds and then regroup.
This is going to be Raleigh's first point since jam number 5.
Yes, Honey Badger picking up a direction of play penalty.
And the pivot picks up a forearm as well.
Throat punch Thursday.
Nice apex leap.
Yes, out of the box and jumping through for 4 points.
Complicated, making it look easy.
And another, this time a little less of the leap and more of just a long step.
Oh, low block. Clip
block.
that skater on the apex leap.
So back to the box, and we will continue. Ruby Katsubi still trapped in the back, and as Tampa defense just really coming together and excellent swirling waterfalls to the front to stop.
Direction of play penalty coming in. Who's leaving on the direction? That looks like a Tampa blocker.
Yes, indeed. Ruby Katsubi now pulling off the star, looking for the pivot.
This is a scoring pass, isn't it? Am I wrong? Is this Ruby's initial?
I am not.
Star has been passed.
Be the initial, yes. Star is
pivot has it.
Through. And I believe that was throat punch Thursday, the pivot. So her third time with the star. Fourth time, rather.
Right, second time was passed to her and twice started with it.
Scoring pass because 4 points are up. I think Ruby Katsubi had grabbed past everybody.
Ooh, look at the 8s. Look at all the 8s. 8s are wild on the scoreboard. It's roughly an 11-1 margin. No, it's a true 11-1 ratio.
Not just roughly.
And that matches the high mark of the game for Raleigh, doubling their score.
And yes, Best Lobes, WFTDA Roby Doby is in fact the code to save on your tickets, and they got the Twitch.
Back block on the Tampa jammer. That is number 4. So lead is open and picked up by Raleigh, number 112 Yeti. Only the second lead of the game for Raleigh.
Yeti now looking for points as Raleigh moving forward on offense, but Tampa, excellent job of skating ahead and staying out of danger. Not letting Raleigh catch up, and now throwing shoulders. You got Anya Lassner standing in the penalty box as Rain DePayne reports to the box, and jam called off just as Anya was released.
3 points picked up by Raleigh. Brings them to 11, and now it's an 8-1 ratio. 8s and aces, that's a dead man's hand in poker.
Moving on to jam number 13. We got one blocker in the box for Tampa, and Raleigh rolling back towards the line to meet the Tampa Bay jammer. That is number 22, Princess Leia. And Princess Leia to the penalty box.
Low block picked up. Oh, 2 penalties.
Double.
A misconduct. I didn't see what the first call was.
I think it may have been either an illegal contact or a block. I saw the hand chop, so I think that was the contact penalty. 9:34.
Yes, and the ref just repeated it on the infield.
Throat punch Thursday, lead jammer for Raleigh. 2 straight leads for the Raleigh Junior Rollers.
First time Raleigh's strung 2 leads together.
And a clean 4-point run. Takes us to 88-15 with 10:45 to go in the first period. Throat punch Thursday, swinging left to right, now getting some offensive assistance from 0-5 shortcut.
Raleigh losing Assassinator to the penalty box on a direction of play.
And throw punch Thursday calls off the jam, locking the Tampa Jammer in the box.
Tampa Jammer and the Raleigh Pivot going to be starting from, oh no, Raleigh, what, that wasn't Raleigh Pivot, 222? I've been wrong before. I'll be wrong again.
Yeah, I do see another set of knees, but I think it may be another Tampa player.
Okay.
On the far side.
Oh, it's definitely a Raleigh skater, but there's no helmet cover, so it's
right.
one each in the penalty box.
I could just count the skaters on the track, and then I'd know what was happening. Good night.
That's 7 points picked up in the last jam by Raleigh. Is their highest tally of the game, brings them up to 18. 88 playing 18. Princess Leia on the line against Yeti.
Yeti working to try and get out as Princess Leia released from the box, open and available for lead, and picks it up. Excellent work, Tampa defense on the penalty kill, holding Yeti back for almost a full lap.
Yeah, out of the box and into the lead.
And then sliding through easily. Sir Walter Rowley trying to catch up on the inside edge, not able to do so. And Rowley's back to the bench.
Tampa gets 4, brings them up to 92. Raleigh sitting on 18.
And Frico Suave back out to jam for Tampa. And I think that's Throat Punch Thursday with the star.
And the last 6 jams there have been 8 jammer penalties. 6 of them by Tampa.
That's a little excessive, I think we would all agree.
It's been a very foul-y game. Lots of trips to the penalty box. Oh, ooh, big hit! Lead is picked up by Tampa, but
shortcut. Yes, that was a long run for the shot, and did not connect this time.
Swing and a miss.
Oh, but a penalty for a high block called on Frico Suave.
Interesting.
So number 72, your jammer for Raleigh, that's Kill Her B, is also heading.
Oh, called on a track cut. Now we have 10 penalties, 10 jammer penalties in the last 7 jams.
All right, it's going to be fun looking at that board at halftime.
Yes, indeedy.
Unfortunately, we don't have the live whiteboard on the computers here, but we'll pick it up at the half and at least give you that count. Frico Suave out of the box and swinging through.
4th 2-minute jam of the game, 3rd because of a lost lead. Every jam has had a lead. We haven't had a jam without a lead jammer yet, and we haven't had a scoreless jam where both teams were scoreless.
No.
Track cut coming in. Raleigh losing a blocker on the track cut.
Frico Suave goes airborne. Does not land as 9:34 Throat Punch Thursday right in the landing zone and says, you want to land here, I will knock you out of bounds.
Great job by Raleigh closing off that inside line in turn number 4.
Frico now finds room, comes through, and Throat Punch Thursday going to pick up the low block for that. And Frico Suave with 4 points.
Cover off for Raleigh. Star's been passed. New jammer for Raleigh. The one who's been doing all those great blocks, number 05, shortcut.
Jam times out. Frico Suave picking up 4 more, takes Tampa to an even 100.
There you go, 10 squared on the board.
And that is a 100-18.
And our 3rd stoppage of play, first team timeout by Tampa with 6 minutes and 36 seconds showing in the period.
So, Bobby, you mentioned earlier there's only 3,000 tickets available for the 2019 WFTDA Championship.
Actually, there's only 2,999 because I have mine.
All right, then. And probably less than that. I heard someone say 2,000 had been sold. I don't know if that's true. Don't miss your chance. Head over to WFTDA.com/tickets. And while you're there, if you are a junior roller derby participant, so I believe the ages are 13 to 18 for this because under 12 might be free. There is a cutoff. I didn't check. Please check the site for yourself. There is a discount code for juniors where you can get some money off on your tickets. So check that out, WFTDA.com/tickets.
And this stoppage of play is going to continue as an official review by Raleigh.
So team timeout first.
Team timeout by Tampa, followed by Raleigh's official review. Oh, yeah, there they are. The refs saw
They
it.
were just waiting. They're like, we'll take the first minute.
Yeah, we'll get.
And we're going to get more time after that.
We are a little bit behind schedule here on the track, but with only 3 stoppages of play this half, we might be getting closer to getting back on schedule.
Let's see. We will see. Meanwhile, over on the other track, you've got Des Moines playing the Sioux Falls Sodak Attack. Des Moines currently leading, if my little video screen is correct, 141-46.
You go, a 95-point lead.
Let's look back to some of our skaters on the Tampa side. We've got a set of siblings. Abby Normal is the sibling of Anya, Frico, and Mean Bean. All 4 kids playing.
Holy cow.
That is super convenient for the parents.
Right.
You don't have to drive them to 4 different practice times. It's just, here you go. You all get to hang out here and play some roby-doby. They also want to let us know that Hot Wheels number 9 is co-captain and also a competitive dancer.
Ooh.
Which I would think would certainly help your footwork.
Wonder what kind of dancing. Is it ballroom? Is it salsa? Is it samba? Ballet?
If anyone on Twitch knows,
there you go.
By all means, post that.
Let us know what kind of competitive dancing is undertaken.
Dreadhawk throwing up the fouling out thing to let the Moobot tell us that 7 penalties does lead to a foul out, and I'm guaranteeing there's somebody that's going to be close by the half, like at least 5.
I misunderstood. I thought somebody had already fouled out.
No, I don't believe anyone has fouled out, but
wouldn't surprise me.
I know that Frico Suave has 3 as a jammer, and I don't believe Frico's been blocking much, if at all. Complicated has 2 jammer penalties, and number 22 Princess Leia also sitting with 2 jammer penalties. And both of those have been blocking as well. So interesting times with the whiteboard.
All right, so a power start for Tampa.
Yes, this number 72, Kill Her B, still sitting that cut track penalty. And now a forearm penalty.
So lead is still open.
Just as we mentioned, jammer penalties, Shark Bites picks up one of his own. Oh, it's 0-5 is our jammer of record.
Oh, right.
Because we had a star
because of the star pass.
So he must have picked up a penalty at the end of the jam that I missed. Meanwhile, 0-5 shortcut. Trying to get through and does and is lead.
Only the 4th lead for Raleigh.
And the first for shortcut. And another back block penalty called. Shark Bites right back to the box. And Shortcut picks up the 4 points, calls off the jam.
That was the first time Sharkbite did not get lead.
And probably Sharkbite's first scoreless jam as well. 0 points up for Tampa.
Yes, correct. The other zeros for Tampa were by number 4 and by number 22 and by 12-17.
Yes. All right, so Tampa 1 shy in the pack as well. As we've got number 888 Peaches and Screams sitting in the penalty box.
Last minute replacement.
And your jammer is number 8008 Ruby Katubi for Raleigh. If you're scoring at home, please mark accordingly. 789 still in the penalty box, but now standing.
Shark Bites, yes, getting ready to chomp a little bit out there.
Yep, and Tampa holding up for the full lap. So the pack will be ready, but now Ruby Katubi is out and lead jammer just before Shark Bites was released.
So 4 of the last 6 leads have gone to Raleigh. That's good news for the team in black and blue. Or blue and black, perhaps I should say.
It's probably more, yes. Yes, the shirt definitely blue. Ruby Katubi calls off the jam. Got 2 points for her troubles.
So let's see, 24 playing 100. There you go.
That's the math, right?
4-to-1 ratio. I was trying to do squares.
Oh, all right.
But it's almost 5 squared playing 10 squared, but not quite.
And now, at least for this moment, the penalty box is empty. We'll see how long that lasts. As we got number 29, Els Bells. Well, it didn't last that long because Els Bells cut
Picked
the
up
track.
the track cut. Lead is open for Tampa. That's number 4 on the line, Anya Last Nerve. Only the fourth appearance on the jammer line for Anya.
And Anya is lead jammer.
She's 3 out of 4.
Els Bells bumped, and it was one of those bumping and jumping, and I don't think felt the rope because the wheels didn't roll over. Just the toes kind of landed outside, and then she bounced back in. I think thought she was clean, but clearly not. And we will call off the jam, locking Els Bells in the penalty box, but Els is standing.
3 points on the board for Tampa, brings them up to 103. They had been sitting on 100 since the end of Jam 15.
And we are down to 3 minutes to go in the half. Almost time for your halftime break.
Power start for Tampa. Who's going to be taking advantage?
I believe that is, yes, number 22, Princess Leia, who is out and through and lead. And Els Bells now released from the penalty box. Looking on the inside, but forced out of bounds. Princess Leia slicing through, takes a hip check from shortcut.
Sleia's 4 for 5 on leads out of the jammer line and has picked up 4 points there. And now we're back over a 4-to-1 ratio.
Els
Star
Bells.
has been passed.
Yes, I was going to say Els Bells has passed off to the
72.
pivot.
We have a 72.
It might
Yeah,
be.
Killer B.
I believe that was.
First time the Star has been passed. Killer B.
And Killer B finally clearing the pack. Tucking the head on, and
Yeah, got a 2-minute jam. The jammer went to the penalty box. I didn't see the call. I like it when the non-skating officials on the infield repeat the sign, repeat
yes.
the hand signal. I want that to become a thing.
So almost, Killer B was almost clear, but Tampa again with that waterfall to the front and now slowly inching Killer B backwards.
5th 2-minute jam of the period.
Princess Leia back out of the penalty box and forward. All 4 Raleigh blockers at the front, so no one providing offensive assistance for Killer B. B just having to push, and Princess Leia jumps through for 4.
Rojo says, keep going.
Keep going. What is your choice? You got 16 seconds of the jam left. We're at a minute of period clock, 12 seconds left on the jam clock. So we will get
Jenga on the back stretch. Down they all go.
Jenga and or Twister. Princess Leia slides in safe, gets 4 more points, calls off the jam. And Killer B did collect all 4, but again, that Tampa waterfall just keeping.
Stoppage of play, official review, Tampa.
So 115 to 28.
Don't know what happened with Raleigh's official review, but they lost it because it's not showing on the scoreboard.
Yes. Well, we're happy to have you here live for this fantastic tournament on Twitch TV. Thanks to the WFTDA for providing the Twitch streaming and helping the JRDA out with this. If you like what you're seeing, you can join us for live free games from the 2019 postseason right here on Twitch TV. Get the full schedule at WFTDA.tv. And while you're there, don't forget, if you want the combo pass, WFTDA Roby Doby is your code. Keither Cleveland asks, first time watching Junior Derby, is this co-ed? Yes, the Junior Derby Association has 2 divisions, technically 3, but there are no teams in the all-male division. There's an all-female, and there's an open division. The open division is what we're watching now, so it is skaters of all genders. In this case, we have, what do we got? We got 4 boy skaters on Tampa Bay, and the rest are female, and we've got 2, 4, 6 on Raleigh. The ratio of male to female varying widely across the teams. I think there's a couple teams with only 2 guys, and I don't think there's any. A few years ago, Gotham was playing in the open division
without any guys.
No boys at all, because they had no female teams that they could play in their area, and they're like, well, we'll just go in this division where we can play. So coming up next on this track about an hour from now will be the female division. They will be playing on both tracks there.
Yeah, that's going to be Duval against Los Anarchists. Oh, here we go. I'll get the news on the
finals. All right, you get that, and I will talk about Frico Suave and Ruby Katubi. Frico Suave out first, lead jammer. What was the story, Bobby Narco?
So our alt-ref informs us that Tampa wanted a pack destruction penalty, but there was not enough evidence to support that call, so the official review is denied.
Meanwhile, speaking of penalties, Ruby Katubi picking up a track cut. So it's a power jam and 4 points already for Frico Suave.
I got a backfill. Who's jamming? Give me numbers for Tampa.
12-17 for Tampa, 8-0-0-8.
And I'm back on track.
Oh, and Frico Suave picking up a cut track as well. That is Frico Suave's 4th penalty at least as a jammer, unless I missed one. So we will swap out.
And back-to-back 2-minute jams.
And now maybe they're waving off that penalty. Looks like we're waving off the cut track penalty. So Frico got a nice little
reprieve
to skate to the penalty.
So then lead is still intact?
Yes, lead is still intact. And 4 points are also intact. Just a slight detour to head over and almost sit down, but not quite.
And then finally, just to fill in some blanks, what was the penalty on Ruby Katubi?
Penalty on Ruby Katubi was a cut track call.
Thank you.
Ruby now out of the penalty box and finds room on the inside to pick up 4 points.
Tampa losing their pivot. That's Rain to Payne to the penalty box.
And jam is called off. 8 points. Oh, that was an initial pass for.
And it is halftime.
All right. Well, that went quick, or it felt like it. 123-28 is our halftime score. Tampa Bay in the lead.
And ordinarily we'd say you have to wait 30 seconds so a team can register an official review, but neither team has an official review to register.
That's right.
I think we're still going to wait the 30 seconds just on protocol.
Just because we could. And I will answer Daryl Decker saying track 2 is co-ed. Right now, both tracks are co-ed. We are doing open division, 2 games, 1 on each track. And we'll follow with 2 games, 1 on each track for the female division in the next time slot and flip-flop. You ask why? Well, part of it is we do have skaters that skate both on all-female charters and also on I'm going to gesture like this because now you can see it. They're also on the open division charters. I believe that Tampa may have some. I know that Jacksonville Duval shares some skaters with the attack pack and so forth. So we will take a break, and we'll be back in 15-ish minutes for the second half, Tampa versus Raleigh.
We'll have a little statistical analysis for you before we get underway. So go get yourself something to eat, go get yourself something to drink, or tune into the action on the other track. Come back and join us.
Yes.
Carmen gets in the last line of defense for Krispy Kreme.
Oh, Carmen gets him, destroyed Krispy Kreme.
And that
Kremer's head
bounced
off the track.
the back of her head, to be quite specific. Knocked her back.
That was really bounced the head on that.
A little bit of a bounce. Fortunately, I think most of her body had hit the floor before her head hit the floor. Carmen gets in the last line of defense for Krispy Kreme.
Oh, Carmen gets him, destroyed Krispy Kreme. Kremer's head bounced off the track.
The back of her head, to be quite specific. Knocked her back.
That was really bounced the head on that.
A little bit of a bounce. Fortunately, I think most of her body had hit the floor before her head hit the floor.
Hey, we're back.
Hey now.
Scott Chicken, Bobby Narco.
Yes.
Welcome back to the pink track, or track 1. I don't know what we're calling it.
We're
Pink.
calling it the pink track.
It's pink, and it's easier to see.
There you go. And my tie's pink.
You hit there. You look at you color coding.
You can't see my Chuck Taylors underneath this curtain, but they're pink as well.
Bobby Narco, as always, showing me up on the fashion sense. You were here for Tampa Bay versus Raleigh, looking at the penalties. Wow. There were a lot of trips to the box.
Take us through that.
You got 28 total penalties for Tampa Bay, 27 for Raleigh. Tampa Bay, no one in imminent danger. Complicated has 4. You got 5 skaters with 3 penalties each. Rain de Pain, Frico Suave, Lemonade, Princess Leia, and who's the third? Nightmare. And then we got a couple with 2 and 1. On the Raleigh side, Assassinate Her, number 22, the captain, is sitting on 6. So 1 more penalty and Assassinate fouls out. You've got Els Bells and Ruby Katubi with 4. And then Shortcut and Kill Her Bee each have 3, and then there's a couple of 2s and 1s. Oh, Throat Punch Thursday also sitting on 3. How are we doing on the jammers? There was
okay. So I got unofficial jammer percentages for Tampa. I need the roster. I'll give you the number. You say the name. Number 1217.
1217. Frico Suave.
4 for 5 on the jammer line with 51 points. Number 789.
That would be Shark Bite.
3 for 5 on the jammer line with 26 points. Number 4 for Tampa.
That is On Your Last Nerve.
3 for 4 on the jammer line with 17 points. And number 22 for Tampa. 4 for 5 on the jammer line with 23 points. And number 23.
Complicated.
1 for 1 on the jammer line with 6 points. And over for Raleigh, I didn't do the points, but I have the percentages.
All right.
8008.
8008, Ruby Katubi.
1 for 6. Number 05.
05 is Shortcut.
1 for 2. Number 934.
934, Throat Punch Thursday.
2 for 4. Number 29.
29 is Els Bell.
0 for 5. Number 112.
112 would be Yeti.
1 for 2. And number 72.
72, Kill Her Bee.
0 for 1. And then in terms of lead jams, Tampa scored lead 15 times. Raleigh had lead the other 5. There were no jams without a lead. In terms of jammer penalties, Tampa jammers made 10 trips to the penalty box. Raleigh jammers made 7 trips to the penalty box. And in terms of star passes, Raleigh passed the star 5 times, and Tampa did not pass the star at all.
Tampa getting lead that many times, I don't think they felt the need, even when they didn't have lead, to pass the star off. They've established a pretty comfortable lead, 123-28. And, I'm not going to say that the pressure is somewhat off, I think, at this point on Tampa, because they've clearly got the defense locked down.
So 95-point lead.
And with the way their defense is playing,
do you experiment? Do you stay with your game? Do you stay in your lanes? This is what we trained for. Let's keep doing it. Or do you let some skaters that don't ordinarily wear the star? Do you give them a chance?
Spreading it out. We saw that with the
different philosophies depending on the coaches.
Yesterday. Santa Cruz put out a couple of players that I don't think had played the whole game. And then the second half, hey, you're a jammer.
All right, second half is underway. It's power start. No, not a power start. Both teams have a jammer on the track.
Yes, indeed. We got Shark Bites jamming for Tampa. And over on the other side, I believe that's 934, is Throat Punch Thursday with the star, who is lead jammer as well.
All right. Highest individual jam of the game came in jam number 1. Number 1217, Frico Suave, picked up 20.
Yeah,
highest jam for Raleigh came in jam number 14, 934, Throat Punch Thursday. Throat Punch Thursday picked up 7.
Yes, yeah, the Frico Suave initial jam was like, this is how we're going to play, and then they got the early lead and sort of let it sit.
So 1 point picked up there by Throat Punch Thursday brings Raleigh up to 29.
Winner of this game will move on into to play this evening at 7 p.m. against the winner of, or rather the loser of game number 10, which I don't have over here. That would be Capital City, I believe.
Out on the jammer line, Anya Last Nerve jamming for Tampa. Still trying to figure out, and that's Yeti jamming for Raleigh.
All right, Yeti and Anya Last Nerve pushing towards the front. Bump to the ground.
Lead is open. This pack is strung out from turn number 2 to the jammer line.
Not quite the 70-foot packs that we saw yesterday in a few games, but very lengthy. Anya Last Nerve lead jammer now back in on the points run.
And Yeti in stealth mode, star cover in hand. Someone's leaving. Direction of play.
That's direction of play on Rain to Pain. That's her 4th.
This Rojo Grande's got a green handkerchief, and I'm doing semaphore signals over there with that green hanky.
Yes, the jammer. Hey, do you keep going? Do you stop? Just shaking it.
Another penalty on a Tampa blocker. That is number 888, Peaches and Screams. I believe that was a direction of play, but don't hold me to it. Star has been passed now by Raleigh. New jammer's number 29, Els Bells.
And Els Bells is through with points, but Anya Last Nerve sitting with 12.
Els Bells a fixture in the jammer rotation for Raleigh, but this is the first time the Star has been passed to Els Bells.
Anya Last Nerve calls off the jam, grabs 4 more, 16 points on the jam, takes Tampa to 139, Raleigh 29. And we got 27 minutes to go in the game.
110-point lead, highest margin of the game.
The loser of this game will move into our 9th and 10th place game tomorrow morning at 11 a.m.
So these are all semifinals of a sort.
Of a sort, yeah. This is your
penultimate game.
It is not necessarily. If you win, you play again tonight and then also on Sunday. So the double or the.
So it's a quarterfinal for the winner and a semifinal for the for the other team.
The other team, exactly.
The other team, we like to say. 22 picks up lead for Tampa. That is Princess Sleia, and very few strides behind is Ruby Katubi. 8008.
And the bench screaming and Rojo waving the red handkerchief to say, call this off.
Oh, I see. It's red and green. It's a stoplight.
It is a stoplight. Exactly. And
I've cracked the code.
Jet City, my home adult team, used to use that. And I've seen other teams with like red and green big bright gloves that they would wave. It's like get the visual cue as well as just yelling.
141 playing 30. Both of those scores are divisible by 3.
We'll be back with more math facts with Bobby Narco.
A 37-10 ratio.
12-17, Rico Suave jamming for Tampa and is your lead jammer. 9:34 Throat Punch Thursday with the Star for Raleigh. Please adjust your home scoring sheet accordingly. And Rico Suave tripping right over the top of Hankenweenie. Hankenweenie went down and called for the low block.
4 points brings Tampa up to 145. And Raleigh is sitting on
Still
30.
Sitting on 30, yes. And we got a 3-on-3 pack. Both jammers are on the track. I'm seeing number 23, Complicated, set to jam for Tampa Bay.
Raleigh's score sheet looks like yes, no, yes, no.
It's a very binary points for this half.
All right, Scott Chicken, can you get who the jammers are?
I caught that we got number 23, Complicated. I'm waiting to see.
That's Ruby Katubi, if you can believe the scoreboard.
I always believe the scoreboard.
Me too, and lead jam for Raleigh as well.
That's their second of the half. Ruby Katubi's first of this half.
And second of the game for Ruby.
All right. Ruby sliding in a bit as finally Complicated rolls out of the pack. Ruby Katubi calls off the jam. 2 points. We've broken your binary code. And we are now 32 to 145 as no points awarded to Tampa. But both teams getting their blockers out of the penalty box. And we will be back and ready for shark bites. Tampa conveniently lining their jammers up on the outside so that I can see them.
Very nice of them.
Hiding back in the backfield.
How much did that cost you?
What number that was?
7-9, Shark Bite picks up lead.
Just passed on that $2 bill you gave me. Throat Punch Thursday with the Star for Raleigh and deposited out of bounds. Beautiful hip check. And now heading to the penalty box.
For a high block.
Oh. So power jam coming. Shark Bites through with 4 points. If you're watching today for the first time in the year and you're wondering why doesn't Shark Bites get 5 points, it's because we poured one out for the jammer lap point earlier this year just to keep everything simple. Only worry about points for blockers, not worried about points for the jammer. 4 more for Shark Bites, 153-32. And Raleigh doing a good job staying at the front, but Shark Bites quick on the feet.
Yeah, great footwork there.
Super fast sprint to the inside.
Whistle, direction of play. Raleigh losing a blocker. That's number 222, Assassinator, the captain.
Oh, and that will be her 7th, so that will be a foul out.
Yep, appears to be.
Assassinate her. And 4 more points for Shark Bites. 16 total, 4 up.
And you can see that the NSOs on the infield know it. The penalty trackers on the infield are whispering in excited and hushed tones to each other. I wouldn't be at all surprised if we get an official timeout right here to handle that foul out.
Got to replace the skater in the penalty box. And
points coming in. 20 ties the highest individual scoring jam of the game from jam number 1 of the first period. And brings Tampa up to 165. Do we have an official timeout? No, we did not. Now we do.
So Assassin Skater will get to slide off D-gear and sit with the team designated parent. JRDA rules, if you foul out, there is a parent designated from each team, and they will kind of corral the fouled out skaters. They get to sit, they get to watch the game. They don't get sent back to their locker room like in, I believe, WFTDA rules. If you foul out or are ejected, you are sent away from the track. But as these are minors, not surprisingly, some people don't want a bunch of kids going off to a room by themselves. So we let them watch the game because then they.
Can you see who's serving the penalty for Assassinator?
I cannot.
No, there's too many bodies in the way.
Helmet on. That's all I can see.
Yep. All right. So out on the track, Anya Last Nerve jamming for Tampa, out in front, but hitting a 2-wall. Good job playing the wrecking ball. Springs the jammer, gets lead. Who was that? 23. 23 for Tampa. Complicated.
Ruby Katubi sitting in the penalty box did not catch what the penalty was.
It was the high block. Oh wait, no.
No, that was from the previous jam.
Yeah,
so
I didn't get it either.
This is a question mark penalty.
Yep.
The crowd reacting to 1676 Lemonade being deposited to the track. And Anya Last Nerve calls off the jam, locking Ruby Katubi in. Looks like Ruby was released just before.
4 more points for Tampa. Tampa brings them up to 13 squared. Raleigh sitting on 32.
Oh, and I believe we're going to see Rain DePayne jamming.
Nice. Answers that question a little bit.
So, yes. That's
first appearance on the jammer line for Rain.
Rain DePayne been pivoting a lot. Doing a great job on the defense. And beautiful footwork, avoiding the hip check from shortcut.
Penalty coming in. What's the call? Direction of play on the Tampa pivot. Lead has gone to Rain. She's 1 for 1. And not too far behind. That's throat punch.
Yep, throat punch Thursday. Rain DePayne knocked to the ground, calls off the jam. 2 points. And the Tampa fans go crazy for the pivot jamming.
Frico Suave going to be donning the spangled helmet cover for the Tampa Bay Junior Roller Derby team. And
I believe that might be Sir Walter Rowley with the star. I think I see a 145 on the arm.
And you are correct, sir.
Speaking of
first appearance on the jammer line.
Speaking of people who are normally blocking, Sir Walter Rowley doing an excellent job in the pack for Raleigh.
Oh!
And speaking of excellent jobs, complicated, opening the lane for Frico Suave, quickly through for 4. That was...
Whoa, nice! Yes, outside pack ref said not going down, was able to put that hand down. We got a star pass. That's 8008 now, the jammer for Raleigh. Ruby Katubi. Direction of play on the Tampa pivot. That is Princess Leia.
And through for another 4.
Low block.
It's Frico Suave.
Low block on the captain for Tampa. That is Honey Badger.
And
boom!
Frico taking the shoulder check to the shoulder. 151 Fina Colada with that pop, and 8008 Ruby Katubi finally clear.
Penalty box empties out, at least of the Tampa's pivot is sprung. There's still some skaters left in the bin, but at least Tampa won't be pivotless for this next set of whistles. Let's get those point tallies. That's a dozen for Tampa. Bring them up to 183. Oh, no. That is 16. 4 points coming in late. Brings them up to 187. Roughly a ninth of their score.
17:30 to go in the game, 187-32, as you mentioned. Tampa in control. Raleigh working to recover. 9:34 throat punch Thursday with the star and lead jammer as well.
The pivot for the jammer for Tampa's in the box.
Aha.
1-2-1-7.
Must have picked up a late call at the end of the last jam, I'm guessing. And Frico is back out of the penalty box and will enter the screen shortly, but not be allowed to do much more than that.
Single point ties our lowest scoring jam of the game, which was jam 1 of this period, a 1-0.
All right, Dreadhawk 54 has to leave, but would like the rest of us to have fun. So I'm going to continue.
Sorry, Dreadhawk, we'll miss you.
Yes, we will.
All right, Sir Walter Rowley back out on the jammer line for Raleigh.
And 789 Shark Bites is your lead jammer. Sir Walter Rowley passing the star last time. Started as jammer. This time Shark Bites hops a leg and grabs 4 points.
Multiplayer block sends the Tampa pivot to the penalty box. That is number 1676, Lemonade.
Lemonade having, what did he have? He had 3 at the half.
Forearm coming in at the very end. It is going to be a Raleigh blocker reporting to the penalty box on the forearm. So each team going to have 1 skater in the bin to start the next set of whistles to start jam number 12 of the second period. And stoppage of play, team timeout, Tampa, our second stoppage of play of the period.
Taking a quick look over at the stream for the other track, looking at Des Moines 275, Sodak 132. Looks like there's 3 minutes to go in the game, and we're on a 6-minute some form of timeout.
Either an official review, do you see? Well, it's too small to see.
There's a screen, and there's a bunch of refs having perhaps a picnic in the middle of the track.
Might be an injury.
Very likely.
Or a long official timeout. No, but if it's an official review, they would be conferring.
Yes. And not just passing sandwiches or whatever is happening. You are watching the 2019 Junior Roller Derby Association Championships, brought to you on the WFTDA's Twitch.tv channel. Thanks to the WFTDA for their support of Junior Roller Derby and their support of this great tournament. This is the second year we've been on their Twitch channel, and it's been wonderful to allow everyone to, all the fans back home who can't travel to Loveland, Colorado, to be able to watch their kids, cousins, nieces, nephews, or just great derby and not have to pay.
Back underway.
We got number 4, Anya Last Nerve, and Throat Punch Thursday as your jammers. Anya wondering, was I called for a penalty? Am I out of bounds? What's going on? Yes, was out of bounds and comes back in.
Lead to Raleigh.
I love when the jammer gets knocked out and then looks at the ref like, are you going to tell me if I'm going to cut? And the ref's like, I'm not telling you anything. I'm just going to sit here until you make your mind up.
It's not for me to advise you.
Exactly. I am here to penalize
To penalize you.
not to give you advice. I will talk to you later about it, but not in the moment. 4 points up for Throat Punch Thursday. That takes Raleigh to 37 and holds Tampa at 193.
So I'm going to say it's roughly a 5-2 ratio.
That seems about right.
I'm going to say it anyway, whether or not it's true.
That's been my MO for the whole tournament. Number 22 is Princess Leia, and his lead jammer for Tampa. Jamming for Raleigh is number 112, Yeti. It's Yeti's second jam of the half.
Only fourth of the game. Had 2 jams in the first half. 1 for 2 in the first half now.
Oh, and now on a power jam as we have a cut track penalty call.
So no lead is being indicated, but I don't know if they're aware of.
Princess Leia had lead prior to the penalty. She
there you go. That's
got
why.
lead and was on a scoring pass, and now Yeti. Whew. That was an abominably fast pass.
First 2-minute jam of this half. We had 6 in the first half.
Yeti catching just the slightest bit of hip from 999 Honey Badger. And Honey Badger's continuing to sit on Yeti, but Yeti now passed and pushing to the front. One to beat on another hip, but Yeti bumped out. We'll get the no pass, no penalty.
Yeah, that whistle was swallowed. Oh, no, there is a Tampa blocker leaving as well. Penalty was assessed to Tampa. Illegal contact.
Contact on shortcut as Princess Leia back out and through and completes her initial scoring pass with 4 points, and that was a beautiful swing, but no.
Good call by the outside pack ref, Tim the ref.
Tim the ref right on top of that move. Saw the foot roll over the line. Getting a high black call on 145, Sir Walter Rowley.
Three seconds left, 2-1 whistle.
Jam time is out. We got 4 more points, 12 total for Raleigh.
That is the highest jam of the game for Raleigh, and the first time that they've made 3 scoring passes.
Gotta like either having lead or having lead completely lost and getting 2 minutes to rack up some extra points.
It represents a quarter of their score.
4 points up for Tampa, 197. Oh, let's get 2 more, make that 6. So 199 for Tampa Bay. And over on track 2, we are
official timeout going on here. I think we might have another foul out.
Oh, that could be. Track 2, we are back underway. Looks like Des Moines 283, Sodak Attack 132. If you're watching in squad mode, you can just see that at the lower end of the screen. But if you happen to be just watching this track, thought I'd give you the update.
Squad mode.
Squad mode. You get 2 games at once.
Wow. I like it.
The bomb. As you can see from Mubot, watch passes for the Cups, playoffs, and championships at WFTDA are now live. Head over to WFTDA.tv/Twitch Watch Pass. You can get that 20% off with the code WFTDA Roby Doby. The link is right there in the chat, so you can't miss it. Save $18 on your $90 watch pass. Gets it down to $72, which for 6 tournaments, that's
$12
a tournament. Right on. Those 6 tournaments, of course, WFTDA Continental Cups, North America West, North America East, and Europe. Also the 2 international WFTDA playoffs and international championships. Let's keep you in the roller derby for August, September, October, and November.
So Admiral Mayhem was talking to the officials at the on the rostrum with us. I wasn't able to overhear the conversation, but I bet that has to do with personnel changes.
Very well may. We are getting a quality Jam Timer gun show. Always like the official review.
Rain Payne doing a little dance
while you're standing there. And the swoopy whistle brings us back to action. We have got just under 12 minutes of game remaining. 199 to 49. Tampa knocking on 200. Raleigh looking to break 50 on this jam.
I'm going to call this a 4-to-1 ratio.
All right. I'm going to call this a power start for 9:34 Throat Punch Thursday. And we did, I think, have a foul out for number 22.
Oh, okay.
Princess Leia. That must have been the 2 penalties in that jam. Must
so
have been
whoever
it,
is the
Frico
jammer
Suave
now
is coming out as the jammer.
Serving the penalty for.
Lead is still open, and Frico Suave has a lane to it. Frico Suave very noodly in the running. I like to call very flexible and fluid motion. Kind of waves the body around and somehow
suave, you could say.
You could say suave, in fact. Freakishly so, perhaps.
Oh, nice push block. It was a push assist.
Yes. To shove your teammate into somebody. Frico Suave taking full advantage of bouncing off his own player as Nightmare slowing the angle down.
It's like billiards almost out there, a little bit.
Frico had a perfectly angled swing into the pack.
Way out of play in the back. Rowley able to not pick up the penalty, able to get enough progress towards the pack to still lay on hits.
Sir Walter Rowley rolling to the front, doing a good job staying in front of Frico Suave. Jam called off. 8 points for Raleigh, taking them to 207.
Jam ref conferring with the outside pack refs to see whose hips passed whose before these point tallies become final. Looks like 8 going to go on the board for Tampa, bring them up to 207. And now we have an official timeout as well. Another stoppage of play, clock showing 10 minutes and 8 seconds.
Coach Rojo from Tampa was out having a chat.
So, I'm not sure if that 0 has ever been officially recorded.
Oh, on the Raleigh score? I'm not sure. I don't know. If you're going to go to either of our playoffs locations, so whether you're heading down to Winston-Salem, North Carolina for International WFTDA playoffs hosted by Greensboro Roller Derby on September 6th through 8th, or you're heading up northwest to Seattle to join me at the International WFTDA playoffs hosted by Rat City Roller Derby the weekend of September 13th to 15th, you can get a deal. 4-pack of 3-day tickets for either of those locations will run you just $175. That's $85 off the regular price.
Wow.
Get your tickets now to the best events in roller derby, WFTDA.com/tickets. And if you're bringing a junior with you, let's say you have 2 adults and you're going to bring a 14-year-old who also skates, they can get a discount as well. If you're heading there, look for the code for junior derby participants. Just know you will have to provide some ID of
proof of juniorness.
Proof of junior.
Show your driver's license.
If you're a 25-year-old and you look like you're 17,
show your school
that's
ID.
Not going to work. But yes, some form of ID will be needed.
So 0 did put up a 0 during this official timeout. So we know that Raleigh did in fact not score any points on that last set of whistles. 0 being the ref, the jam ref.
All right, looking at the stream from track number 2, the yellow track, Des Moines, moving towards their victory over Sodak, currently 291 to 132 with about 30 seconds to go. So Des Moines will move on to play the Cherry Bomb Brawlers at 7 p.m. tonight. And Sodak will move into our 9th, 10th place game tomorrow morning at 11, where they will face one of the teams in this game.
Most likely Raleigh.
Yes, most likely Raleigh. I think that's
there is 10 minutes left.
There is 10 minutes left. However, and we do have Princess Leia fouling out, and P. Leia 22 is crying about it, which is perhaps the correct solution, correct reaction.
Oh, all right. So the replacement jammer that went in to serve the penalty has now fouled out as well.
Ah. Well, that's an issue.
So yeah, Tampa losing 2 anchor jammers in the last 2 jams.
Well, again, a comfortable lead, and Tampa's defense has been doing an excellent job of holding things down. As you mentioned, 12 points, the highest scoring jam for Raleigh. Now, some of that coming on getting lead and being able to keep it to a low score to a 0, right? They've held Tampa scoreless the majority of the jams, or held Raleigh scoreless the majority of the jams, I believe.
I think so, yes.
So we'll see if there's
eight of the 14 jams this half, Raleigh was held scoreless, and
Creative Stitches asks, has the Mob and Philly game happened yet? No. You are 2 hours and a little bit away from Mob versus Philly. The Open Division semifinals coming up at 3 p.m. Mountain Time, or at least scheduled to start at 3 p.m. Mountain Time. So that will be Philly versus Mob City and Diamond City versus the Attack Pack.
And Raleigh was scoreless 13 out of the 20 jams in the first period. So 21 out of 34. 2/3.
All right, we are back underway. 10 minutes roughly to go in the game.
Sweet spin move by Tampa to pick up that lead jam there.
Bites is very good at the jamming. And we've got Shortcut number 05 jamming for Raleigh, and Shortcut also clear. Coach Rojo waving the Rojo flag.
First appearance by Shortcut on the jammer line this half. Shortcut did have 2 jams in the first half.
So 4 points up for Tampa, takes them to 2:11. Time ticks off the clock. And we have a single Raleigh blocker in the penalty box. So 3-on-4 pack advantage for Tampa Bay. And we got Yeti jamming for Raleigh. Tampa Bay.
Tampa's on a cut
called on Honey Badger, number 999.
First appearance on the line for Honey Badger?
I think so.
Yeah.
And Yeti has lead and the power jam. Now, Yeti had that 12-point jam on a power jam a few jams ago.
Yeah, back in jam number 13.
Yes. Yeti did not have lead, and so it ran the full 2. And this would be, I was just about to say, would be a great chance to run long. And Raleigh called off the jam.
You you get a power start. You
get a power start.
Double up your pleasure.
I'm just channeling my inner Andy Marone with you are the lower seed. It's more in your interest from a rankings perspective to run long and shrink that
the points on the board, yeah.
But I guess grabbing lead here. It's still a 4-0 run. Raleigh now 53. 2-11 for Tampa. 999 Honey Badger still in the box and jamming for Raleigh. I think that's number 05 Shortcut. Yes, it is, according to the scoreboard, and I believe them. Wow, blocker almost deposited into the crowd.
Nice.
So that was Honey Badger that was out of the penalty box and almost deposited in the crowd.
2 leads in a row for Raleigh.
Yes, and Shortcut enters the pack, bumping people about, and comes out the far side with 4 points. And another quick call off.
Only the 3rd time this game that Raleigh has had back-to-back leads.
And is this also the 3rd time that, yes, Raleigh has held Tampa scoreless in 2 back-to-back jams, right? Coincidence? I think not.
I think not. It's a conspiracy.
That's right.
It's a math conspiracy. 2-11, playing 57.
And we got number 4, Anya Last Nerve jamming for Tampa.
And going to the penalty box for a back block for Tampa.
So power jam 934, throat punch Thursday.
This is the first time Raleigh's had 3 jams,
Yes.
3 leads in a row.
And Tampa shedding a blocker as well. I believe high block was the call, but not sure. Raleigh fans cheering on throat punch Thursday as the pack moves into turn 4. Sir Walter Rowley trying to open the way, but throat punch Thursday not really needing the help. Cleanly through for 4. Calls off the jam, but Anya Last Nerve back in. 3 straight leads and 3 straight scoreless Tampa Jams. 6 minutes to go in the game.
Oh, we had an interesting graphic up there. The scoreboard disappeared briefly. We had a little yellow taxi cab up there, but it's back.
Someone's taking that big yellow taxi.
Well, if you're going to take that big yellow taxi from the Denver airport up here, it will cost you a pretty penny. Meanwhile, back on the track, 150-point lead for Tampa.
And jamming for Tampa. It's sneaking up the inside. Frico Suave.
Multiplayer block sends sends the Raleigh pivot to the penalty box.
And I believe we've got number 112, Yeti, with the star for Raleigh. Frico Suave through for 4.
Finds the outside. Initial pass completed by Raleigh.
Tampa, excellent work of corralling the Raleigh blockers onto the inside of the track. Just wide open lane for Frico Suave. And direction of play sending Sir Walter Rowley to the box. Frico Suave through for 4 more. And Coach Rojo still with the green flag out.
Now the pivot for Raleigh being sent to the box.
So now 2 blockers trying to hold. You got Shortcut as the anchor.
Now Tampa loses a blocker to the penalty box, and there are as many refs as skaters on the track. 7 of each.
Well, that's good. It's a 1-to-1 skater to ref ratio. Oh, Frico Suave coming in.
Whistle waved off. There was a direction of play that was waved off.
And Frico Suave catches another shoulder from Shortcut. Calls off the jam. Did collect all 4 points, a 16-0 run.
Wow.
227-61.
16 points, nothing to sneeze at. It's the third 16-point jam of the half. 16 points put up by Tampa in jams number 2 and number 9 as well.
Oh, let's make that a 20-point jam.
Well, it ties the highest of the game.
Carmen Dragon coming over to update the score. And yes, Salt Monkey, you do hear Narco. Bobby Narco joining me on the microphone. Finally back from his whirlwind concert tour I almost said Italy.
Ireland.
It was Ireland.
Ireland.
He is steeped on whiskey and Guinness. Just not today.
Not today.
Just for the last
I've had a couple weeks to dry out. Got a sunburn in Ireland. Not a lot of people can say that. I'm impressed. Fabulous time. If you ever get a chance to visit the Emerald Isle, I highly recommend it. Beautiful here in Lakewood, Colorado as well. We've got at least, since I've been here, the 12 hours or so that I've been here.
Yeah, the weather in Loveland's been nice. It's a chance of thunderstorms this afternoon. I keep being threatened, but I've been inside this building all day, so who knows what might happen. Not sure if I'd notice. 5 seconds is called.
Clock was stopped with 3:59.
Shark Bites jamming against Throat Punch Thursday. 7:89 and 9:34, respectively. Shark Bites had been rolled back. Throat Punch Thursday, 2 skaters to beat, but one of them, Rain to Pain, not allowing anybody to get through. Rain breaks back to Bridge, and that lets Throat Punch Thursday grab lead jammer and quickly call it off.
Our first scoreless, yes?
Yes.
Our first truly scoreless of the game.
2:31 to 61. We're under 4 minutes, almost to 3 minutes. We'll be at 3 minutes before this jam starts.
170-point game.
This will get us
close to the finish line. So we're going to have more jams in the second half than we did in the first. We're going into jam number 21. First half ended at jam number 20. Complicated and Shortcut.
Complicated is jammed at least once this half, and Shortcut, I believe, also jammed twice this half, right?
Yeah, Complicated was out there on jam number 5 and was also out there once in the first period.
Both jammers are free. Complicated is your lead. 3-on-2 advantage for Tampa, and another sweep to the outside and a beautiful jump. Complicated calls it off. a 4-0 run and tick another 30 seconds off the clock as we approach the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to go in the game. You have been warned.
I think that should be a thing. I would be interested to hear a rule change about some sort of like official timeout with, the first stoppage of play after 2 minutes.
All right. Oh, and we have got, I believe, a jammer penalty, perhaps. Oh, no, just again the jammer starting way behind the line. Raleigh is throwing me off by having the jammer start around the corner where I can't see them.
Lead jam goes to Anya Last Nerve.
And 9:34, it's Throat Punch Thursday, jamming for Raleigh.
Boy, Throat Punch Thursday's been out there, jam 18, jam 20, and now again a jam 22.
Just alternating one on, one off. Anya Last
Stamina of these athletes is incredible.
Yes, Anya Last Nerve collects 4, and Throat Punch Thursday heading to the penalty box for a cut track. Rojo says, continue running this jam, young Anya Last Nerve.
One thing I've noticed between the first period and this period is a lot fewer jammer penalties this period than there were in the first period.
Only one double jammer penalty in a jam, whereas Tampa had 3 jams where their jammer got penalized twice in the first half.
4 more points on the board brings Tampa up to 239, and Raleigh still sitting on 61.
They are, and on a power start as we're down under a minute to go, possibly the last jam of our game.
I don't believe in announcer curses.
No, not at all, never. And that is
1676. First appearance on the jammer line, is that right?
I believe so. Lemonade.
That cool, refreshing drink.
Yes. Is on his way to the box, so yes, final.
What was it called? Low block.
A misconduct, I believe. So probably illegal contact. Might have hit a down skater.
And it's not a 2. They're not saying it's 2 penalties.
No,
it's not a misconduct on top of something.
Yeah.
Tampa losing another blocker.
Low block, I believe, the penalty on that one. So lead is still open. Throat Punch Thursday out of the penalty box. 1 to beat. That one is complicated.
Oh,
wow, Honey Badger in the way says, I will take you out.
Blocking a down skater, illegal contact. So this jam will go the full 2 minutes, and this will be our first jam without a lead jammer.
All right. All kinds of firsts going on here. Lemonade is back out. Oh, and Throat Punch Thursday also being waved back onto the track. Perhaps did not have that. Maybe that penalty was called off. I don't know. We'll see if they give her lead. If the penalty was struck, Throat Punch Thursday still has a chance to get lead. But not anymore as she's taken off the helmet cover. So we do have a no-lead jammer 2-minute jam. I'm sure you're as excited as I am about this puppy knockout. It's everything
I
we
was
asked for.
Speechless with excitement.
Throat Punch Thursday slow to get up, looking for the pivot. Pivot way up at the front and being corralled.
Stop block on Honey Badger.
Complicated the pivot.
Ooh, forced the inside ad with a grimace.
Yeah, that was a hard landing on the shoulder.
Forearm penalty picked up by number 9, Hot Wheels.
And that ends the game.
2 minutes
whistle blows.
Ends the game and the jam. No, neither. Oh, both teams do have their official review.
It was still a scoreless jam. 2:39-61, our unofficial final score. So with that, we will see, as I look and scribble my numbers, Tampa moves on to game 24. That will be right here on the pink track, I believe, tonight at 7 p.m. Mountain Time against Cap City. Raleigh moves into the consolation 9th place game where they will play against the loser of, or they will play against Sioux Falls, as we know that game is done. So that was an interesting bout.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of action and a huge number of penalties. But
and I think a learning experience for both teams. I think both teams have something that they can take away with this.
Yeah.
Teams are taking their victory laps now. I think it'll be a good time to sign off.
Yes, indeed. Stick around on this track coming up next as I flip my brackets. You will see on this track Los Anarchists taking on Jacksonville, the first semifinal, or one of two semifinals for the female division. Going on the other track, you'll see the Santa Cruz Derby Grom Shells against Seattle Derby Brats. Galaxy Girls, that one, according to the clock, starting in 13 minutes, so we better wrap it up because I got to get over there.
All right. On behalf of Scott Chicken, I'm Bobby Narco. We wish you peace, love, and roller derby.